everybody, my name is Sang and I'm Altaholik. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to spawn your own merchant NPC in-game, so you can go ahead and put your own inventory and items on your NPC, and yeah, be specific to whatever you want to be on the NPC. So there's a whole lot here. I'm trying to rush through it. I just got from work, so excuse me if I'm talking really fast. I'm jumping around really quick. This will be a lot of jumps in this video. So first thing I'm going to do is go to your database. Right now I had the game up, so you want to get your game loaded up. Do not log in yet. Just get to your login screen and go ahead and log up your SQL Server database. In my case, I'm using Beekeeper. If you see my previous video, you already have your database hooked up to your server, so we'll start at that point. So be right back. Okay, so I'm loading the Beekeeper. I'm going to go ahead and adjust my slow server. So connect to that real quick. And remember at the top, you're going to go ahead and choose PEQ. And if you haven't done it yet, you want to go ahead and make a character, or make your account a GM account. So we can go ahead and click accounts here, or double click it. And for me, I already made an account that would be my GM account. I named it God1. So if you already logged in with this account already, in this case today, for example, you already logged in with one that says Sang. I don't know why you would, but say you did. Just scroll all the way over to where it says status. You want to change it to 255 and then save it. In my case, I already have God1 as my GM account, and I already set to 255, so that's saved. All right, so now when you log in with that, put in your password. Keep in mind, this has to be an account you already created. So if this is your first time doing it, go ahead and log into the account. You don't have to make a character, just log into the account. Then go ahead and log out of it. Come back to this part. You're going to see your account listed here. Then go ahead and change the status to 255. All right, so from there, we're going to go into the query. All right, so here's where we're going to follow the steps in order to, actually, we'll stay right here. Then we'll go into the game real quick to make our NPC. So be right back. All right, so we're in game with our NPC, or with our GM character. If you're not GM, you're going to go ahead and click on yourself, and you're going to do pound set GM on. And as you see, I have a bunch of gear on. That's not really important right now, but if you need to, just click on yourself, type in pound gear up. Pound gear up. And that will put you on whatever gear that fits for you at your level. You have to set your level. I'm not going to go to all the GM commands. I'll leave a link to all the GM commands. You can go through that yourself. All right. So what we're going to do is make an NPC. So what we're going to do is spawn a character. I suggest going somewhere that you want the character to be at. I already did 2 right here that I was testing out, just for the sake of this video. But we're going to make a whole new character. So we got 2 and 3 here. So I'm going to make test 1. So we're going to do pound spawn and name the character. If you're doing the first name, last name, it's going to be first name _ last name. So I'm going to do test, space, test _1, under 1, like I won the race. And then you're going to put 6 ones. These ones represent the race, the class, and everything else. Don't worry about all that stuff. Just kind of do this later on. If you want to fidget and make a dark elf merchant or whatever, you can do that. But in this case, we're just making a human. So 6 ones, space between each one of them. So 1, space, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Press enter. And there we go. We have our NPC. Now at this point, we're not done. If you click on NPC, what we're looking for under NPC ID, we want a number to be there that ties it to our database. Now this will be the NPC ID, but we're going to need a merchant ID that's going to tie with your NPC. So in this case, right now we're going to click on her. Make sure you got her highlighted. We're going to do pound NPC spawn create. All right. So see here it says spawn created, name test 1, and it's 312. So I click off or click on her again. Now we have NPC ID 202535. That's what it is on my database. Your database might be different, but that's your NPC ID. Right now, she's just a NPC who's tied to your account. Previously, she was a temporary NPC, but now she's a permanent NPC, but she's not locked into the game to anything. She's just a random a body right now. So now we're gonna go ahead and assign her a role. So what we're gonna do is switch over to our database. So we're gonna go to Beekeeper again. All right, everybody. Post, edit, freaking saying here, I messed up my whole footage. I recorded the game instead of recording Beekeeper. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you Beekeeper real quick and talk you through it really fast. And we'll get back to the video. 1 second here. Okay, so we're back in Beekeeper. Sorry if I'm rushing through this. I've been doing this video several times this morning, trying to rush to get it out. So, all right. So what you see here in the SQL server is stuff already copied and pasted from Copilot. This first step right here will have you see what available merchant ID is out there. It's gonna give you the highest number that's currently assigned to an NPC out there. What you're gonna do is pick the next highest one. So in my case, it's gonna come out with I'm not gonna run it because I don't want to mess up my server. It's gonna come out with this number here, but it was 24 at the very end of it. Hope you guys can see my cursor there. It was 24, so I chose 25. This is the NPC ID that was there in the game. Remember when you clicked on the NPC under NPC ID, that's the number that's listed there. So what I'm doing is tying this merchant ID to that NPC ID. So you're gonna run this. When you run these commands, the first one you can run by itself. When you run the second part of the command, I put a space in there so I can see exactly what I'm doing. So I recommend you highlight the text and then run selection. And again, I'm not going to run a selection. I'm not going to run it right now, but you go ahead and run it. But make sure you have the right NPC ID here and a number higher than what is listed when you run this first command here. Hope that makes sense. So again, if you're a 2.4, make it 2.5. If you're a 2.3, make it 2.4. If that makes sense. So you're going to run this. It's going to assign these together. You're going to get a positive prompt down here. It should be blue writing if you're using Beekeeper here. The next portion, you're going to assign it the merchant role. So right now it's set as warrior. The actual class is 41, which is actually merchant. So you're saying I basically want this class to be assigned to this ID. Remember, use your NPC ID. In my case, it was 202535. Yours might be something else. Put that ID in there. And again, these directions will be in the description, so you can just copy and paste them into your SQL Server database and run these commands. Again, highlight it, run it, so it says as a merchant. Then you want to set the faction to be neutral. This is optional. You don't have to do this, but I recommend doing it so that way. I recommend doing this so you don't have to worry about faction. Factions are on Everquest where prices might be really high or whatever. So I recommend running this command. Make sure you put your NPC ID there and run that command. Now, for whatever reason, if you happen to mess up, don't run this right away. But if you happen to mess up, you see in the directions I'll put in the description. If you happen to mess up, you can go ahead and delete it. This will delete the NPC, but it won't remove the merchant ID. So the merchant ID there is still there. So for example, if you put some items on that merchant, the NPC that you created, which will associate that piece of equipment with that merchant ID. So when you delete that NPC, that merchant ID still has that equipment assigned to it. So if you create another NPC and you attach it to that merchant ID, it's still going to have the equipment that you put into that merchant ID, if that makes sense. So that's basically it. But you don't have to run this unless you messed up and you want to remove it. Say you mistyped the name or something like that. You want to make the name something else. That's totally fine. So at this point, you can go back to the game and you're good to go. And video will continue from there. All right, thanks. Okay, so now we're back in game. Now what we're going to do is repopulate the zone. So we're going to repop. So it's going to be pound, repop. Now the whole zone is going to clear out and come back up. So she comes back up, now she has her name. Click on her. We see she has NPC ID. And you don't see her merchant ID here, but that's fine. Right click on her. See she has inventory. Now, only reason she has this item in there is because I had to do this prior to record this video, and I matched her up with a previous merchant ID I used before. And I did this when I first did the video. I made a mistake, so I had to do it over again. So that's the reason why she has that. But if you made a fresh NPC, it will be nothing in inventory. All right. So from there, I recommend staying right there. I don't want to move, and because it gets really messy. I did this several times and I made a lot of mistakes. This is the point blank how to make an NPC. This is the reason why I kind of put off making NPCs, because it's very frustrating because you got to relocate them, and they were doubled spawned. There was a lot of stuff going on there. So yeah, that's it. Now let's go with the Spire, and I'll show you how to go ahead and put items on your NPC. Okay, so we're in Spire. Let me switch over here. All right, so we're in Spire. These are my first test ones I did. So I'm gonna go ahead and clear it out real quick. Now I'm gonna type test. Remember the character's name is test. Now we got test 1. That's the one we made. 202535. And the merchant ID, merchant ID ends with 25. That's what we want. And if I click the edit button, I can add stuff in here. So don't mind, this is Copilot here. That's the directions I was using. So let's go ahead and add an item. I zoomed in, so hopefully you guys see it okay. I'm gonna type EVs. I already know what I'm looking for, stuff I made already. So in this case, I'm gonna add the little eyeball thing I made. You can search for whatever you want. You can add it to your NPC, whatever you want to do. All right. So now she has a little, the orb, and she has a little fireball, right? So let's go back to the game and we'll repop it, and then she'll have the stuff on our inventory. All right. So we're back in game. Now I haven't repopped this zone yet. So you see, all she has is the orb in her. So what I'm going to do is pound repop. Watch everybody despawn and come back again. Real quick. All right, that was that. Normally you see them disappear, but they're there now. So left click. Wait, did I not do it? All right, so yeah. Once you repopulate the zone, she'll have the inventory on her. In my case, I had to restart the server. I don't know why it wasn't showing up. Something to do with me doing this multiple times. I probably messed up a merchant ID or NPC somewhere. That's why I don't like making NPCs. It's easier just to have NPC. It's easier to have an NPC that's already in the game, and you just make stuff and put it on an NPC. So in this case, I had to restart my server in order for the new gear to show on her, which is fine. I'm not worried about it too much right now. This one I made about 5 times, and that's why it's not totally accurate. But yeah, if you repop, it'll be there. Yeah, that's basically it. I know it's a whole lot to explain there. Again, that's part of the reason why I kind of put it off. It's been a pain in the ass to do. Yeah, that's basically it. So create the NPC. You're gonna have the NPC ID. You're gonna tie it to the merchant ID. After you get the merchant ID that's available in your database, marry them together, and then you're gonna establish that NPC at that location. Respawn, and then after that, go ahead and put your inventory on the NPC and repop, and you're good to go. And that's pretty much it. I did a whole lot of stuff that you guys didn't see on this video, so I'm gonna try to chop it up. Sorry if there's a lot of jumping around and stuff. I'm trying to clean up as best I can, make it as transparent as possible. The directions and descriptions are verbatim what I copied from Copilot. I'll put in parentheses or put something in there that says I did not do this part or don't do this, because the steps they give you in Copilot, I don't know how to fix this, but it'll create it'll add the NPC, then it'll do the or it'll create the NPC, then it'll do an add feature, adding it to the group that's there. And when you spawn the NPC, you're gonna see 2 NPCs on top of each other, same name, and they might have different health or whatever, but they're gonna have the same ID and everything, and they're gonna be right on top of each other. I don't know why. I don't understand SQL Server enough, but that's what happens. So the only part I do is just the create portion. Yeah, that's it. So hopefully you guys understand this. I wish I probably should have did like a live stream of this and make it easier, but I'm gonna try to keep this video short so you guys can comprehend it, and I hope it turns out well. That's it. All right, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and please like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.